You probably saw these, but in case you didn't know, you have NPCs who can train you, and they can train you in any skill right here. For example, right now we have a Marksman, and for just a little bit of gold, they can train you easily. Just press of a button, increase your level by 1. And you can actually do 5 of these per level. So let's talk about this in more detail. Alright, so how trainers work is actually for each skill, we have about 5, 6, 7 trainers in the world of Oblivion. And if we look at the skills here, we have trainers for each skill. And basically the trainers are kind of, you know, split into basic trainers, which will train your skills from 0 to 40. Advanced, which will train from 0 to 70. And Master, which will train from 71 to 100. So what you saw me talking to now was a Marksman trainer, who is Edla Darkheart. And then when you walk up to an NPC and you press train, you will be able to train with them, but you will only be able to train 5 per level. I mean, it doesn't have to be one skill. You can train 5 different skills, 1 each. And then after you train 5, you will have to level up to train further. Now, how to do this smart? That's the interesting part. So, you know, if for example you went ahead and trained something that you have low level in, for example Speechcraft, that would be kind of wasteful, because since it's a low level, you can easily level it up whenever you want. Now, of course, let's say if you leveled up something that you can also easily level up, for example Sneak or Security, when there's like usually glitches, well, if you want to do glitches, of course, if there's like glitches or certain ways to train your skills, it's kind of wasteful as well. But each level you can train 5, so you should take, like, you know, make use of this and like take advantage of this each level and train those 5, because like why not, right? There we go, an acrobatics increase. So what you want to do is like basically every level you would just like to, you know, kind of look at your skills, see what's easy to train yourself and what's kind of harder. And you know, if something is harder to train, you just want to go ahead and train that, because like why not? Now, for the list of the trainers and each of our professions, I will link you to a sort of a Elder Scrolls wiki page in the description. Now, this is for original Oblivion, but none of this has changed, so you can basically use this right now. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is about training. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I will definitely answer them. But if you would like to know what I would suggest training, let's take a quick look. Armor, you can actually level this up quite easily. Athletics, you can level this up with AFK. Blade, it might take you some time, so I would consider leveling Blade. Block, depending if it's higher or lower level. On higher levels, I would also say do some training on that. Blunt, well, that depends on if you're using it, but same as Blade. I would also suggest training it with a trainer at the higher levels. Same goes for hand to hand. I never personally use it, so light armor and heavy armor, probably not so much, because you will get plenty of levels depending on which one you use. Alchemy is extremely easy to level up, so I wouldn't suggest training that. All of them magical spells. You can actually just spam train them. So maybe only at very high levels with, you know, the master trainers. Acrobatics, maybe, but again, you can easily level this. Marksman, depends if you're using a bow or not. If you don't use a bow that much, you should train this. Mercantile also depends if you do a lot of trading, but Mercantile is a bit harder to level, so I would train that. Security and Sneak are super easy to spam train, so I would just say keep them for yourself and train them yourselves. Speechcraft at higher levels can be a little tougher to train, so maybe train it with NPCs. But of course, this is just general guidelines. Honestly, at higher levels, you would probably want to train most of these, except for Security and Sneak, because those are just like so easy to train on yourself. So it would just be super wasteful. And I did say, I guess, that Athletics you can AFK train. That's true, but even with AFK training, to you know, like when swimming when like kind of stuck. That's the AFK method. I mean, even with that method, it can take you quite a while. So I believe it's like about 70 hours to reach level 100. So it's kind of insane. So at like very high levels, maybe you should train that too. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much it for the video. I just wanted to show you off how training works. And if you haven't been, you know, taking use of it in your lower levels, hopefully now as you're venturing across Oblivion world, as you're leveling up, you will make use of it and, you know, train your skills easier. So alright guys, that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like, leave a comment, leave a question or a suggestion, subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you in the next one.